Good evening and welcome to the October 20th, 2025 meeting of the Hampden Selectboard and Board of Health. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We're meeting in the Townhouse Auditorium. We are recording this meeting as well as broadcasting on Zoom. Is there anyone else recording the meeting? Kristen Rivers from the Wolverhampton Hampden Times. Hello, Kristen. All right, so first on the agenda, we have minutes of October 2nd.
October 2nd.
It was the interview, basically. We started at 5 o'clock that day. Special meeting when we interviewed the candidates for the new police chief position. Sergeant spelled wrong, I'll let it go. I actually commend you on the minutes. Good summary on the minutes. You could have gone 17 pages, but I think you did a good job of just summarizing what happened.
I had a discussion with Lauren and Brian. There was an executive decision that I liked.
Okay, you wanted to save a tree and not print out the full thing. Thank you.
Motion to approve October 2nd minutes from Hampden Select Board.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. All right, second thing on our agenda is a meeting with the August, is that correct? I think so. Yeah, the August Parks and Rec Committee
Yeah,
Board.
Oh, yeah.
You guys have a quorum? No?
That's actually.
No quorum?
Yes.
Okay, so you'll need to come to,
Thank you.
you're not coming to order, but you're in order already.
Correct.
Great.
Hi,
Go, introduce yourself, yeah.
my name is Terry Ford. I'm the chair right now of the Park and Rec Committee. I guess I'm more than that. Also, it's been on and off
Just like that
Park and
over
Rec
more if you can.
for a good part of the last 15 years or so. Like someone to my left, he is the junior member on the Park and Rec Board.
Hi.
Congratulations.
Oh, thank you.
We're here to request or to pitch our need for a truck replacement. We were given a truck by the Highway Department with 2000 Ford F-250, which is done for. We sent it out to Corby for a quote. He gave a number of $7,650. He said he would, in essence, need to tear the thing apart and rebuild it. Engine coolant leaks, needs new transfer case, linkage parts, oil pan replacement, transmission lines need to be totally replaced. The bed needs to be replaced. He also added at the very bottom, he says, in my professional opinion, this truck is not worth repairing. So what we're looking to try to do is obtain funding of at least $20,000 on the fall meeting towards purchasing a used truck. We don't need a new truck. The mileage it's not going to have a lot of miles put on it because it's mainly going to be used in town. Some of the things that we typically need the truck for is transferring mowers or the tractor from from Memorial Park to TWB. Now that we're tasked with maintaining TWB, we figure that we're going to need to trailer that quite a bit. The parks at Memorial need to be maintained and cut at least twice a week, the park at TWB at least once a week to be playable. We also need a vehicle for potentially running errands, going to Home Depot, picking up mulch, and a flatbed would be required for that. There's also hauling materials, hauling trash, debris. It helps us support events. We had the concert at TWB. It helped with stage setup with moving chairs and things of that nature. So there's quite a bit that it can be used for. Without a vehicle, the only alternative is to have somebody use their own vehicle. And if it's the maintenance person who's doing that, there becomes all sorts of insurance issues. If he's using his own vehicle in the scope of employment, I mean, he's going to avoid his own policy unless he seeks alternative coverage. So we feel it's kind of a necessary item in order to be able to assist with Parks and Rec, both maintaining the field at Memorial and maintaining the field at TWB. And we're not looking for a new vehicle. I don't think we need a new vehicle. It's not gonna be a lot of mileage put on it. No long trips or anything else like that. So we're gonna be looking at trying to take bids for something in the area of like an F-150 in that ballpark, whether it's a Ford or a Chevy or a Toyota.
It doesn't even have to have power windows.
Power
Sirius radio?
No, doesn't need that.
doesn't need any bells and whistles as long as it has a working flatbed and a working transmission and a motor. It will fulfill our needs in taking care of what we need to be taken care of.
Sure. Thank you, it's a great explanation. Just a little bit on the process first. Again, the select board has always been flexible with town departments in terms of warrant articles. You being an elected board, the deference has always been shown that you bring forth warrant articles and you get them on the warrant. It's up to you to defend them, both to the advisory and to the voters. We've had some questions about the need for this, but that's our questions. You're the elected representatives. You're lobbying for your department, as you should. We look over the big picture, as you being the voter want us to do. That's our job. A couple of points that come to my mind is, I thought we got that new mower so you wouldn't have to tractor it back and forth. That's what was presented to us, that, okay, now we'll have one at each location, and now we don't have to bring them back and forth. That's my recollection. Perhaps I'm wrong. Perhaps you saw the job at Thornton Burgess was so big that on occasion you need to bring both there to get it done. And that could just be an evolution of the process. My other question would be, can you really get a decent truck for $20,000? That's not going to be down the road 2 years, just more of the same. I mean, the prices are so crazy now to get something with fairly low miles like you need. Are you going to be able to get something like that? Just my question. But again, this can be to you, your presentation, both next week at the advisory hearing and again at the town meeting the week after. So we appreciate you coming to us. The advisory is actually going to be here later to talk about the financial situation. And then, of course, you'll be making the same presentation, 7 o'clock, same bat channel next Monday night. Eric, Don?
I have the same question. Are you gonna get what you need for $20,000? I mean,
I think have the ability of supplementing some of that out of revolving, of our revolving account. I mean, a bunch of it is going to be earmarked towards replacement of repair of the bleachers. Is something on the list, but I think we do have the ability of supplementing it. So if there is a vehicle out there that we think fulfills our need and may be over that, then we have the ability of kicking it a bit.
does 53D allow you to do that though, or is it just for programming? Is it the revolving account, is it just for programming, or does it allow you to do capital, which a truck would be?
The revolving account, we've had.
The special,
used it for.
the special revolving account, the 53D, that doesn't need to be voted every year. But it was voted probably, my wife was chair at the time of Parks.
Yeah, but
It voted very specifically what it can be.
no, but does it allow, trucks are a capital thing,
I don't know.
You know what I mean, like fixing the bleachers, that goes for the recreation of the kids, et cetera.
Supplements the program,
Supplements the program, but the truck,
I would argue that we use the truck for the programs. We're hauling equipment, goals with that. We move the scoreboards for the baseball stadium, or for the baseball. So we are using it directly to affect the programs. But I can see what you're saying.
yeah, I'm just reading the law, I don't know what the law, you know.
I mean, the programs are a pretty
Yeah.
big umbrella, right?
And you have gifts too, don't you? Doesn't the park, can they accept gifts? You probably don't have any money in that account.
We have a small gift account.
Yeah, $1,500 probably, right?
That's- I was gonna add to what Mr. Flint said about the two mowers. We only have one tractor, though. We have one Kubota tractor, and that's, would be needed at both locations for trailering.
Just recently speaking with our head of,
I thought you had 2 mowers.
We have two mowers, but
Yeah.
one actual tractor. We have to have two stand-behind mowers, with big ones that
Right.
cover the wide field, and we have one tractor.
So how were you mowing the park last year?
The tractor's used for hauling equipment, dirt, things of that nature,
Right, but how were you mowing the park last year?
with a stand-behind mower,
With just a walk-behind mower only?
I believe so.
no, it's an X-Mark ride-on mower.
It is a right mower?
So you have 2 riding mowers now.
Two riding mowers.
Yeah,
Okay.
Steve,
So
our-
that was my point, that I thought, last year, this was to not have to trailer the riding mower over to the school and back. Don, am I wrong?
that is correct, that is
Okay,
correct.
yeah.
Most
But
recently,
but maybe it just got so big, golly, we need both people mowing at the same
they
time.
do, it takes a while, there's a lot of leaves that they're using both baggers for the pickup, so to have both of them over there doing the leaves, to suck up the leaves for the bagging of the back lawn, it's quite substantial, so just recently Steve was like, yeah, I'm gonna have both mowers over there, he's gonna have both mowers doing Memorial Park as well.
And I just have one question, just about an initial. So, and forgive me because I'm a little newer, but I believe, Dan, you had approached with a Corby's quote originally.
Yep.
I'm gonna go back maybe a month and a half ago, and correct me if I'm wrong. I'm assuming it's gone back since, because I believe that quote was like 4,000.
Yes.
And that was like something about taking some bed, doing some bed remediation and then the oil pan. I'm assuming since then, I think you indicated there was a coolant
Not
leak
be usually.
amongst other things,
Anyway,
which is kind of
100%.
piling on. To paint the picture a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we wanted to present an accurate figure because I said, hey, you gotta go through this thing and really tell us what's really wrong with it.
Sure.
Because, we don't wanna open this thing up and
Iffy.
4,000, you guys, or we decided to fix it. And he gets in there and we found $2,000 more or whatever. So I said, basically, here's the worst case scenario.
Right.
So,
And is that truck a diesel?
no,
Didn't the truck just literally break down at Park and Rec after
yeah, it's,
driving from Corby's
yeah,
to?
it's just sitting there. It can't be driven.
I mean, you need it, I just don't know if 20,000 is enough.
Yeah, that's just the concern of this day and age with everything's so expensive. I mean, 20,000, are you gonna be?
Well, can we ask for 30,000?
Right now, we're taking things off the warrant because of the financial situation. You watched our meeting last week. I think you saw the advisory of the town treasurer and town accountant give us a pretty blunt assessment of the spending for the coming year.
I think that's why we only asked for the 20, is we're being mindful of that consideration, but we have a need that we need to,
Well, you can-
so that's why we're trying to meet. That's the reason.
No,
Small-
totally understandable.
And the truck that we got those are hard miles because it was used just for plowing.
Yeah, highway
So-
department miles.
Yeah.
No, I don't think it should.
I mean, the job that we have won't be anywhere near the drain on a vehicle.
And just also for clarification, like you kept mentioning flatbed. I'm assuming you just mean pickup bed.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, because flatbed to me is
Yeah.
a flatbed, no walls,
Yeah.
completely different, and I was thinking that's way out of the price range for 20,000.
Yeah, a
I just
couple-
wanted for clarification, you wanted a bed.
Oh, just a bed.
Just a bed,
A
okay.
couple of things that surprised us, you mentioned the mulch, and I bought mulch, you bought mulch, and I've never bought mulch that the guy didn't deliver for me. So,
You pay for that.
okay, if I don't have a truck, yeah, give me a couple extra bucks for that, but
It depends on how much we need. Every once in a while, it's just a
fill in,
small amount to fill in areas, or other times it's almost a total replacement.
I don't know, over to Rockies and get 7 bags, yeah, yeah. Okay, well, like I say, good luck next week, unless we have any more questions, and I assume next week you'll have a PowerPoint, Dan?
I don't know, maybe, we'll see.
Maybe a picture of the truck broken down.
I don't know if
That might
there's,
help make your case,
I
yeah.
don't know if there's, many visuals that we need for this. I can show you the quote, and Corby's opinion that it's unrepairable, and just tell you, what our needs are.
Maybe a field trip, everyone goes down to the park, looks at the back truck.
It's not,
We did that last week for the bleachers, so.
it's not just a maintenance vehicle, it's really a department vehicle. I would take that, we go to South Hadley quite a bit for Pioneer Valley Parks and Rec Association meetings. We have league coordinating meetings that are off-site in Belchertown. So it's not just for, it's to stop all the miles. I put so many miles on my truck just driving around when really it should be on the department vehicle.
Well, that's a bigger question. I think if we were getting into more town department vehicles, we have other departments that probably have a much larger need for a full-time vehicle. But your point's well taken. I think you know some of the people in this, one's in the office next to you.
Yeah, he doesn't want one apparently, so I don't know.
Not what I heard, but okay.
Something that we're also hoping to.
But again, same thing. We appreciate you coming in, bringing us up to speed on it. There, you brought us, told us things we weren't aware of. We appreciate that. And good chance you'll see us next Monday night and the following Monday night.
Okay,
You'll have a good seat down front.
I'll be somewhere in the back.
Thank you, guys.
Very good.
I gotta run to the meeting.
Thank you. Good seeing you.
Okay. Have a good night.
Before you go,
Night.
Oh,
before you go.
good, thanks.
One was good.
First one was good? Pumpkin, okay. Thank you. All right, next on the agenda, sorry, is the assigning the motions for the special town meeting. Brian, same list? Nothing new? You didn't sneak anything on?
It's been posted, so fair enough.
No sneaking.
Okay. All right,
So you're gonna make the new guy do them all, or what?
that's a great point. You have that soft melodious voice.
I don't,
Speaking.
I have to respect your elders, you have to, you get
And isn't everybody privy of kids? That's the problem. When did we start getting these new guys, Don? What's up with that, huh? All right, speak loud for us, please, huh? Huh?
I can't, my voice is too deep, I don't know.
What?
Nobody can hear me.
All right, all right.
All right, since we only have obviously the ones at the end are always the advisory. Eric, I'm gonna give you, is there anyone on here you'd love to speak to? That jumps out.
Jumps out. Nothing that jumps out, you can, they're all pertinent.
All right, so, all right, I'll take one. Eric, take two. Don, three.
Hold it,
Oh, you want two?
I gotta put Don on here, D-O-N.
D.
No, I'm sorry. Oh, boy, now four is difficult because it's county retirement, but it's council on aging. Is it you, is it me? Do we both get up?
I'll do it.
No. All right, fine, you do it, all right.
Oh, we're gonna save time.
Yeah,
All right, you do four.
you're gonna do.
I'll
the
do five.
Right.
I think Gary will probably do six.
Gary?
Wayner, chair of the building committee.
Oh, yeah, senior
yeah.
center, okay.
Yep. Eric, you want to do seven? Sure. Okay.
This-
Eight,
so
that should be
that's for
you,
the-
Don, and, but you're going to explain and then,
7 is, wait, hold on, hold on. That's sort of that's the library thing, right?
no, it's the whole HVAC. I mean, it's office as well as
Plus a
library.
couple offices.
Yeah.
That's the 300,000.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it'll,
Plus or minus a
yeah, it'll be,
million.
yeah, 2 million. I expect,
Who's doing that?
So that'll be Eric.
Eric,
8, which we have a plan for, but you want to explain it as part of the motion, right?
yeah, right,
Okay,
right,
okay.
that's the,
Yeah.
okay.
You're supposed to get a Dan do it, 9, throw him in the fire, and he lives in town, the chief, but he's not
You
official.
won't be chief then, or
Yeah,
what?
might not be.
Which reminds me, we can talk about that later.
All right, you want to do 9? I'll do 10.
Sure.
All right.
So
Unfortunately, so
Greg is gonna do 9.
Derek, it's Derek. Derek is
who's doing 10?
All right, you're gonna do 10? You're gonna do 10?
I'll do 10. I mean,
That's
8,
probably-
8, 9, and 10, we're all getting up
Give
and
me no
saying,
action.
this is a great meeting, but.
No action.
Yeah,
Yeah.
all right. Then,
So someone from
those are
11,
Doug usually, yeah, for those.
11 is gonna be somebody from Parks, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
And then 12 and 13 will be
Doug.
Wayne, I guess, probably.
Everyone see,
you got
when
14.
people say we need a roundabout in town, we're gonna say, we're gonna have one.
You'll put a traffic light there.
Turn around, the old cemetery.
We're making one.
There's a certain rule to use it, like a status, all right, never mind. You want 14 down, of course, right?
Yeah, I'll go 14.
Okay. This is not, the number 15 is not a typical advisory motion. This is gonna need a lot. It almost, I hate to say, it's almost like Dick or Doug, but we're gonna be getting a lot of people up to explain it anyhow. So I can start with 15. And then the other 3 are the boilerplate advisory ones, right?
So let's go to 16, 17, 18.
Yeah, they get up and, we won't even have those numbers till probably even the night of the meeting. Yeah. Speaking of which, just quickly, Brian did mention that the assessors are ready earlier than normal for their classification hearing. So
How can that be?
basically, it's just the 4 motions, which I don't think we've done them any different in the past.
Yeah, but they won't have a rate, right?
No, because they need the motions to actually help with the rate.
All right, but we don't know,
We don't vote on the rate anyhow, yeah. So,
Well, we're on the town meeting. Will our new police chief be sworn in by then?
Possibly.
I mean, we should introduce him at the town meeting. We should introduce him at the town meeting regardless of whether
Gary?
And then I think did we get an email about, they want to give us a type of citation to?
I didn't see it, but yeah, that's what they wanted to chat about briefly, a presentation before.
Right, they saved someone's life there.
Yeah.
So, the moderation know about that.
What was that?
That was a couple of months ago, right?
Raymond Drill, wasn't it?
I don't think I saw the email.
I don't think so.
So it's about Raymond, 190.
Okay, well, they want to have something before.
Yeah, the same,
We got
that
time,
Mel
we got
did
time.
before, they did this.
Right, we got time,
And we should introduce the new,
hopefully.
right.
Okay.
Shut this off.
Steve,
All right, we got the AV crew signed up for that, so that's good. All right. So how many food permits you got, Don?
I have food permit.
Excellent.
I have 1 food permit.
Can you
For the
speak to
public
the
safety
quality of
night.
it?
No, I can't, so we have to get samples, but it's for the big riffs from Chicopee, and they have steak and cheese, hamburgers, hot dogs, tenders, wings, french fries, onion rings, cold sealed beverages, Gatorade, soda, and water.
One-stop shopping.
The big truck.
Big truck. Do we have any other food permits for this event?
Nope.
Or, well, good thing they're there then. Great. Bring yours back. Yeah, well, no, what's our number? We'll have,
I'll put it back.
so Great, needs to be something for us, Tom.
Yes, and he's got his serve safe certificates and all his allergen awareness training,
Okay,
all the proper documentation.
short on time, so this is pretty much it. So no Ferrandino or any of those? No?
That's all she got.
I'm surprised. I wish there was a way that somebody brought something in this week, we could almost authorize Chair of the Board of Health to sign on. What do you think? I'd like to have more.
Yeah, make a motion.
All right, first off, I'll make a motion to sign the food permit for Big Riff,
Big riffs.
Big Riffs for the Public Safety Night.
Second?
All in favor?
All right.
Okay.
I'd like to make a motion for the purpose of the Public Safety Night in light of the short notice for it and the fact that it's an event that really highlights what we do in town. Make a motion to authorize the Chair of the Board of Health to sign any food permits that he feels are in proper order for the Public Safety Night.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. All right.
Okay. We are cranking right along, so we're waiting. So they're in our office now, Lauren, right?
And you have an entertainment permit for the same event.
I got an entertainment permit?
John has.
I guess.
John has the entertainment permit. He's a party guy.
Oh, that guy. So I have an entertainment permit for the former Thornton W. Burgess School for the Public Safety Night for DJ Pat Farrow Enterprise, who will be doing live music, recorded music, and dancing. Doesn't know our crowd, does he? Well,
I mean, I might break up my,
after the chicken fingers, of
Yeah,
course, yeah, right. So it's for
break out
the,
a few moves, you know?
okay.
Can't seal
We should-
beverages, you know.
Let's have a Zoom meeting that night, if we're gonna put that on, see what kind of clicks we get. All right, anyhow, so it's 4 to 7 for Pat Farrow Enterprise at the Public Safety Night.
Motion to approve?
Second?
All in favor? Aye, thank you. And I think
decision we have to make.
you're on record now, Don, as you're busting a move.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, fine.
If
that doesn't bring up-
I'll do the robot or kind of a,
How about the lawnmower thing? I think that's pretty safe. Okay, so now we're kind of waiting for the advisory committee to come up, and we're going to talk about our thingy. We already went over the warrant, and nothing changed from what was talked about today. Yeah. So, well, 3 motions for the senior center are still there. Transfer for the shortage, repurpose the money from basically add the description of, what it was used for, so it can be used for the other, towards the HVAC, and then the HVAC appropriation. We assume that you would get up and make the motion for the HVAC part. Okay, and then Don's doing the transfer from retirement to the loss of the grant, federal grant, and then I'll do the one to repurpose the money.
I just wanted to make sure that the language in the repurposing allowed us to continue to use the money in the event that the HVAC system comes in less than would be 250,000, that the other priorities that the money was originally approved for, the roof, would still be available.
Right, but there would be nowhere near enough money to do the roof, you're gonna need another appropriation down the road.
understand that,
But that extra could be towards the next thing, right, yeah,
Towards it. It does.
keep rolling. I mean, it's really appropriate up to, so,
while we're waiting here, may I bring up
go ahead,
another?
no, have another.
May I bring up another topic? The transfer of the liquor license for the Hampden
Liquor store.
liquor store. We voted, I make a motion that we rescind the approval because there were several other, I don't want to call them discrepancies, but several other items that weren't correct on the initial application.
So the process, therefore, they pretty much started over again and correct
No,
their
they
deficiencies?
can just correct their deficiencies. And
Right.
we can still vote on it, but,
So basically, put the approval in abeyance.
right.
Yeah.
Because there was two issues. One of them was the Department of Unemployment certification expired on August 5th, 2025. They have to have the more current one. And also, they originally, if you recall, they asked us to vote for a pledge for their inventory and their license, but on their form, they checked off that there was no pledge.
Right, and also, wasn't there a question about the locations also?
No, the other question was that they said that they owned a previous liquor license, they have a previous liquor, alcohol license, and it wasn't on the form. So they had to redo the form to include the present alcohol liquor license they have, plus turns out that they actually have two of them.
That's what I thought.
One in Springfield, one in Long Meadow, so the lawyer corrected those, right?
Is that the 6B thing? or
The
something?
6B or C thing, right?
Yeah.
So they need to get their
Okay.
thing together.
Uh,
And so we can have Lauren
Motion
or
to
Brian.
Pause the approval of the, until everything is completed and we vote again on it at a future.
Subsequent meeting.
Right. The actual liquor license will require a further vote of the board, select board.
Right.
Right.
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
I should point out that we did try to contact the lawyer prior to this meeting, and he hasn't responded,
Okay,
so.
all right. That must be really,
Really, they must
okay,
be
well,
really
while we're waiting on them,
recognizing-
obviously, with the, next week, we have the advisory hearing at 7. Before that, Lauren, you said we have a public hearing for another poll permit? Is that next week?
No, that's
That's November? Is that November?
November 10th.
Okay. All right. So what else do we have for next week prior to,
Right now, just highway union
You have a request from
negotiations.
the highway union to meet,
oh, good. Nice.
Update on
Seen them in a while.
that would be executive session.
Okay. You want to do your reports?
No, we can do it. I'm sorry.
Okay,
What was
go.
Carolyn's question?
Country Club Drive.
It's the location on the
Poll petition, it's not
Up, and they're here. Yes.
scheduled yet.
Just for the public to know, senior centers proposed to be closed Thursday and Friday for paving of the parking lot, weather permitting. Just saying.
Yes, I saw that email from Becky, yeah.
Hello.
Good evening.
Oh, no, we got you on camera over here.
I will say good morning.
I was gonna have the camera look in my right ear.
I can't.
How many are there? 4? I'll sit in the corner.
Oh, yeah. These happy faces.
So Elise, that was your sparkling beverage last night?
It was, yes, thanks.
We can't,
That was a little-
the mystery
We had
can.
to go back to, we didn't know if it was the lawyer from the left there, whichever. All right, so this is the time we put on the agenda for another update on the financial discussion we had last week. So, anything change? You found more money?
Well, we're hoping that you reconsidered the requests that are on the warrant. I'm wondering if there's any change in any of those numbers.
Let's see, we took off the placeholder for the school. We did add the request for CPA, but not, Doug, you're aware of that, and that's obviously no impact to us anyhow.
Yeah,
Right. So everything is left on there because I think what we talked about was the need won't be going away, but we may make an explanation of it and say we're going to be bringing that back in the spring. For instance, an example would be the loader. In its current form, which would be an outright purchase, we think it's probably too much to put on for this point. Now, we are also exploring, I brought to Mark and mentioned to Brian, is there a possibility of a lease type, lease purchase program in the future? When you're talking a piece of equipment that's good for 15 to 20 years, maybe buying it all at once and paying for it all at once is a little much. And I'm sure that's how, some of the other towns and municipalities do it. So, but at this point, we are going to be explaining what's happening with it, but we'll be motioning no action on it.
Okay. One caution with you is lease agreements require borrowing authorizations.
Right.
And I'm not even sure the current article would support that.
We're not doing it this way. I'm saying maybe for the future, that might be a way to finance. Right.
Great.
We did meet with Park and Rec earlier, and they are pressing ahead with their request for money for a truck, which is their right to do. So they'll be at your meeting with a 17-slide PowerPoint next week. Enjoy that. Let's see, the other one, Don, you want to talk about the signage at the transfer?
Yeah, we're gonna go with the electrical upgrade, gotta get a price on that, but not the signage, because I don't think we need it, that's probably only about $2,500 difference, but at least it'll knock something off there.
Right.
What's the purpose for the, you got, is it 12K?
Yeah, 12.5,
What's the purpose? To bring power into the shed?
bring power into the shed for those guys, yeah, especially in the winter, they need a little, they don't even have a heater in there, I suggested.
They had a generator, John, is that
Yeah.
not working anymore, or?
It's noisy, they gotta keep it inside, so now they're not vented, and it's really, it was a solution, but not the best. The other thing we talked about last week is this something that should be under the enterprise account as an upgrade, which would only increase the deficit in the enterprise account, but it would be another source of funding for it on the road.
Isn't it essentially 6 of one, half dozen of another?
It is, but it would allow you to do it now if you need to, because, yeah.
Yeah.
The cruiser, we're recommending against buying it at this time. I think we talked about the fact that we have, I think, 5 cruisers, and honestly, 3 people on a shift. So if there's one vehicle that's not really running that well, you got 4 other ones that are. You can probably get a few months until you need to, so we'll bring it back again in the spring.
So when you say you're recommending against, does that mean you're gonna?
We're moving no action against it, yeah.
A cruiser-related question. I can remember we talked about back when we had capital planning. At that point, we were buying 100,000-mile warranted cars, and getting rid of them at 100,000 miles. And there was a suggestion to the selectmen when that committee dissolved that we go to 125 or 150,000 miles, and we track the difference in expenses. Has anybody actually been paying attention to that, do you know?
We're getting pretty good information from the police department on that. I will say, relative to what you're talking about, I was watching, because I do that, the Hatfield town meeting, and they were looking for a couple cruisers, and the people were like, they've only got 140 on them, and they turned the motion down. So I think, like you talked before, the warranties are longer.
Well,
A lot of it is idle time, you can't go by the hours because they sit.
I mean, I heard a comment, well, if we have to do a brake job, one of those is $2,000. Yeah.
Yeah, a new one's 70,000, right, so, And then the other thing, when they talk about getting a truck versus a cruiser, and we were saying that's something the new chief should decide, not, that's, if there's a policy change on vehicles, let's wait for the new chief to find out where the bathroom is and get his feet under him first. So we would move no action and see what happens in the spring on that. So that would knock, between all that, that's gonna knock something off the 250 almost.
250 plus.
Right.
The issue is, as we discussed last week, is, the increase in the operating budget that we voted in the spring was almost 1.2 million. And the factoring in, our free cash, our levy limit, our new growth, we're still gonna be to maxing out the levy limit. And it's taken a long time for us to build that cushion where we've we've been able to have expenditures at town meeting without worrying about a 2.5 concern. This is going to get us into the area where we're going to have to start considering that again in coming meetings, because our flexibility is going to be reduced pretty substantially. We had discussion, we met before coming in to meet with you. We had discussion about the water district allocation. And I think the consensus that we came to was to apply 650 to the water district, and that will free up the additional 300, either for these projects or to reducing the tax rate.
Which will leave.
Now, obviously.
Leave how much more to pay off at that point?
Was it about 1.9, I think?
What that was. We went over that last week, I remember.
That's it. Thank you.
Has the contractor been paid?
Balthazar?
Yeah.
We've been signing some pretty big warrants, I believe so, yeah.
So they're,
Yeah, the biggest outstanding number right now is the pump house, it's a delay in the delivery on that, so that part hasn't been done,
Okay, so
which represented considerable number.
2.13 was our total cost after ARPA and grant. And if we take 650 off of it, it would leave us with what, 1.487, something like that?
Okay.
So that'll leave us paying the water district for a longer period of time than we had originally intended. Because obviously, the fire department bond will be coming to us probably in 3 years, maybe 2, but definitely 3.
Right, but I mean, look at what we handled. You go back to the road bond, which was what, 2 million? We paid that in 5 years. And here we're talking 2 million. And do we really need to accelerate and pay that off in 3 years? Or, as Dick said, it's 6 of one, half dozen the other. You pay it off early, you have the flexibility down the road. But if you don't, if you pay it off early, you're constraining yourself what you can do inside the years you're paying early. So it's on one hand, on the other hand.
Oh, yeah, I mean, it doesn't go away.
No.
I mean, we can defer it, but, it doesn't make it go away.
I'm not saying deferring, but take smaller bites. I mean,
Right.
if you're down to 1.2, maybe it's 3 more years at 400 apiece.
It's just looking, into the future as best we can, which is kind of difficult these days. I mean, there's going to be expenses associated with this building of who knows what. There's going to be additional expenses at TWB that are going to be substantial. You're talking windows and doors and paving and all big money things.
I mean, our big,
And those are that's what we know of. I mean, something could happen to Green Meadows, or something could happen to Academy Hall, who knows? It's,
Yeah, well, TWB is somewhere between 1 year and 8 years from a new roof for
sure.
$1.5 million.
and
We still have, I mean, the bridge thing is still sitting out there too. Not the South Road Bridge, because Mark took care of that inside of his Chapter 90 or his paving money. But, we put a considerable amount of time into the Main Street Bridge, Laufenberg Bridge. And if we pull the trigger on that, there's a pretty large expense, assuming the tip doesn't come through, for that project to the town.
but what magnitude are we looking at for that?
3 to 4 million, wasn't it, Don? Yeah. Again, we're fortunate, all the money spent on it, most of it was paid for by grants. But,
But it hasn't fixed the bridge.
like I said, that was my expression, right? All that money and not a spade in the ground yet, yeah.
But we have butterfly gardens. Or was that the MVP?
That was the infiltration things as well, yeah.
Rain gardens, not butterfly gardens.
You sure?
Positive.
Okay.
You say potato, he says potato, okay. Anyhow, so you're right. It's a hard couple of years going forward. This year, we're hoping that based on our conversation with all of you last week, that with no action on these articles for 250, and then you're talking about putting a little less towards the water project, we can get the proposed tax rate into single digits, or increase it into single digits. Again, I know you've got nothing from the assessors solid yet at this point. Maybe new growth is really up higher than we thought. You were conservative with the number you used, right?
We're carrying 150, which historically we've done without too much difficulty.
Right.
And I don't know, actually, I haven't spoken to either the assessors or building. I don't know if there's been a lot going on or not, but.
No, without a big utility project, those were our good years, yeah.
I expect it to be a little higher than 150, but right now it won't be of any magnitude.
It's comfortable with that, yeah.
Yeah.
Dick, there was one thing you mentioned last week I wanted to ask you about. You had talked about part of the shifting of the money and stuff, and you mentioned overlay reserve. And you felt they were keeping a pretty good number there, and you had asked them, could they release some to make up the total that was carried forward?
Actually, no, the conversation had to do with the problem we have with DOR.
Right.
And that DOR suggested the assessors inflate their number last year to get us to the tax rate we were planning.
Oh, okay.
And the assessors weren't comfortable with that.
Okay, so it's not that they're keeping it, they want.
No, that was a history lesson. That's
All right,
nothing
so
forward.
are they keeping their typical 100, 150, something like that?
Yeah, so, yeah, there's a rounding thing, but it'd be between 100 and 150, I would imagine.
That's probably fair. I don't know of any outstanding large things that would typically keep a large number for a utility case or something like that.
I don't think there's any ATB cases.
No,
out there.
okay, that's good.
Wait,
right.
Borrego, right?
Yeah, there's that.
Could be a
But,
solar one on the horizon.
Yeah.
potentially, there will be a little more money next year, half a year. I'm not sure how that, the Amoresco payment goes, but that'll be assessed as of January 1st as full operation, so we get the full payment, which I believe is an extra,
50?
I think it's actually more than that, because it was going to be a total of 140, and right now we're getting the lease payment, which is, I think, 50-something.
Okay.
So I think the operation number, the pilot number is higher than that, so that's an extra.
So once they flip it on,
Oh, it's been flipped on, but unfortunately it was flipped on after the 1st of January. So the assessors assess as of January 1st.
1201.
Yeah. So there is a little more there.
I actually got some good news on county retirement, too. I did, the audit's always September 30th. Oh, we don't have a police chief, we're down one officer. And even with a couple of new hires we had, our payroll's actually $40,000 less at this audit than it was a year ago.
So the same thing we're talking about when they do these, this date's working in our favor.
one day.
Yeah.
We're still gonna get the 8% increase,
Yeah, but on a lower number.
but at least it's not a lower number.
Yeah. Okay,
So that's next year's.
all right. So
Usually, you all start around December 1st or January 1st, right?
Yeah, we'll have it for the budget season.
So next week,
Just before we get to next week, because Gary's here and John are here, the senior center, they're in here for 130 for HVAC. And I know that's a number that's been, worked, and I assume that's a pretty firm number at this point.
well, it's not really 130.
Well, the number that's here.
We asked
Yeah.
2 firms to give us an idea for full replacement for both the heating and the air conditioning. And both are slightly under that number. But again, it was an estimate, and one of the unknowns that we have is whether or not the technology is what we want to go with at this point. And it may be a little bit more expensive initially up front, but efficiency-wise and long-term would be worth the price. We don't know that yet, and that's why the number that you have is probably a little bit of extra, but we wanted to be careful.
But you
Took
expect,
120 out of the roof
That's
in order to.
what I wanted to say. The numbers of the whole system is actually not 130.
Correct.
It's
Correct.
You basically have 120 in the bank and you need this much more, right, yeah.
But you're comfortable that whichever way you go with it, in terms of the technology, it'll fit within the
It'll
money?
fit. Yeah. But obviously, talking about the future, the roof is going to be a priority. The windows, we agreed, the committee agreed, and that can be pushed down the maintenance line, if you will. But the next time we come before, assuming that the HVAC gets approved and we get it installed, would be for the roof.
Right.
Now, you
To be proactive moving forward.
said you're gonna replace the whole system? What does that entail?
Well, and it's one reason why we held off the roof is because the whole system is basically in the attic. And so they're gonna have to remove a portion of the roof in order to install the current technologies. So dominoes falling the way they are, we're looking at, putting the HVAC AC system back where it is in the roof, or in the attic space, so.
Does it need to be repaired or replaced?
No, it needs to be.
Can you say the current technology, so you're taking the whole system out to put new
Yes.
system in?
The problem is that the 25-year-old system works with a number of liquids for cooling and heating. And those liquids are extremely expensive now because they've been replaced by a new type of liquid. So that the cost to do the replacement isn't just to replace the liquids, but what happens is all of the couplings, all of the motors, they all will have to be upsized, reworked, because the new coolants and the new heating portion of it, they're not compatible with the system.
How's it heated now? Is it oil or gas? Is it gas?
It's gas.
Gas?
The heat is gas, and it's basically a gas-fired hot air furnace, if you will, and several of them, okay? And what happens over time is the combustion chambers where the flame is can start to degrade.
Yeah.
So over a period of time, those the degradation.
The exchangers.
How many furnaces? Two furnaces? Two?
Pardon me, Don?
How many furnaces? Two? You
I
said two?
believe there's two. I believe there's two. And there's a couple of, as far as the air conditioning goes, there's a couple of compressors also.
It's all in the ceiling?
Yeah.
Yeah, the compressors are outside, I believe, but the air handler is
Oh,
upstairs.
upstairs.
I will say, we sell all this type of thing, and 25 years ago, it was R12, and now replaced by 134, which they're phasing out again.
Correct.
And just like you said, you get the refrigerant, but the TE valve is different with each refrigerant, and it's just a ripple effect. And then you go back to the gas furnaces. 25 years ago, if you had an efficiency in the low 80s, it was a great furnace.
Right.
Now we're seeing them at 96 to 98. So not only that, but, and you don't say these things, you don't want to be held to it, there will be a gain in efficiency for utilities. You can't quantify it, but you know that's why they're selling these things. You will be saving money through utilities.
Right, so the maintenance, I mean, the operating costs, we're hoping, will drop.
Right. Or not go up as
Or
much.
just stay level, I'd be happy to stay level.
One of the reasons I was talking about the technology too is because it happened so quickly, August, that we had this problem. Both of the people that we talked with, BG Mechanical and Pioneer Valley, are looking at potentially grants for heat pumps and potentially solar. So again, we needed the window, but we can't also wait too long where the system could fail.
Right, typically these newer systems, if you're looking high efficiency electric as well, for the AC as well as the gas, there's usually pretty large rebates. I think what you're talking about, right? Like Mass Save or whoever will give rebates, or which might be a cost savings opportunity there.
Right, initially when we sat down last, when we were talking expansion, we sat with our local legislators about potential grants available to us. They aren't.
Yeah.
We're a public building, and at that point in time, now the private side of it, National Grid and Eversource have come forward, according to our mechanical people, and there may be some programs that we can take advantage of.
I think, Brian, correct me if I'm wrong, didn't there some opportunity at TWB for some rebates?
Those would be utility rebates that Gary's
Utility
talking
rebates.
about, yeah. This town is not eligible for green communities grants, so
Okay.
that would be one likely source that we could have tapped, but
Okay.
it's not the case.
First time we did a light swap, we did it at Green Meadows 20-something years ago, 80-20. They paid 80%, the town paid 20%. And now it's flipped the other way. I mean, it's a discount, you're getting something back, but the incentive isn't there like it was back when they were really pushing the, to the T8s and the T12s and swapping out the ballots back then, So, either way,
All right,
We'll be back.
well,
so I know that John has a pretty detailed 17 or 18-page PowerPoint for his part. I believe Park and Rec will have a DVD or something.
well,
Anybody use DVDs anymore?
I'm sure some people do.
Okay.
Yeah, as you know, our public hearing is next Monday.
It will be on Zoom?
I assume so, we'll be in this room. So
Okay.
maybe I'll speak with the clerk when I get a chance. Yeah,
Oh, she's still here. Okay. All right, we do have the AV crew for the town meeting.
okay.
All right, so,
All right, well, thank you. We will look at the numbers with, these decisions and see where we are.
thank you. We don't envy your job. We know you are doing a great job on getting us.
Well, unfortunately, we're spending a lot of money, or we decided to spend a lot of money, and the bill comes due.
Well, the town decided to spend the money. You're trying to find a way.
I say we,
The
absolutely.
5 of you are trying to find a way that, we can afford to do it properly. But again, Dick's made the point before, the town voted to spend this money. Now we need to find out a way to, pay for it. All right.
Very good.
Thanks
Very much.
So great to have you all here.
Can I ask a question? Vision. Is anybody using that tower anymore?
That's a great question.
Could you let me know?
I don't know. You want to go next door and ask? Yeah. The fire department's probably,
Question? Mount Vision?
I actually don't know.
Tower?
Oh, yeah, I don't know. The black tower. or
I don't think they are, we're not paying them anymore for it.
You're not using it, we're gonna, for
Yeah.
now.
Actually, seriously, the fire department's doing training, they have the thing, Eddie's probably there, you can walk next door and ask him.
Okay, I will.
All right, that was actually productive, I think, thank you. All right, so now selectmen reports, Eric. Eric,
Greg,
Billy,
I have nothing to report.
all right then. Juan,
Nothing.
see, bueno. All right, town administrator.
All right, speaking of rain gardens,
Yes.
under our stormwater
Oh, wow.
permit, we are required to, we are a little bit behind in doing our demonstration project. That was required, I think, in probably year 4.
Really?
Really?
We're in year 6.
Who brought that up?
What's that?
Who brought that up?
Our consultants,
Oh, time
Time
bond.
Bond. So Mark and I had a Zoom call with them, and we talked about different ideas and different locations, and Thornton Burgess came up because it's in the area, and there's the drainage swale between the school and Great Horse, and we suggested to them that if we have to do some type of excavation or rain garden type thing, that might be a good inexpensive way to do it. We can pull one of the outfalls from the storm drains there and run it down into the depression that I assume we'll put some rocks and some stuff in and some plants and, and then also it needs to be a demonstration project. So it would be, if we would do it further down the hill towards the building, then if the library wanted to do educational programming or something like that with the frogs and all that kind of stuff, that would be a good place to do it, so. Time Bomb was gonna get us a sense of what it would cost for that.
Okay.
Okay, update on Town Hall and new Town Hall.
Good question. So we are moving fast and furiously towards the middle of November. The abatement, asbestos abatement of the 5 rooms plus the other 2 rooms for the library. The 5 rooms were completed last week, and I believe the last 2 should have been completed today. They might need to take down the containment tomorrow, I'm not sure. They've got right in on the heels of the abatement to do the flooring in those, starting in those 5 rooms, and that started today, I believe. We have,
So the other rooms that we have are purposed right now, which is, Park and Rec, the other library rooms that are physically in the library module, if you will, they're not being redone.
those,
Right now, we're doing
the 2 classroom spaces, or I don't know, classroom.
that are part of the library complex.
Part of the library, yeah, inside that square. Those are the 2 that the library is using their own funds to.
Were they done at the same time as this?
Yeah, those are the 2 that they were wrapping up now.
Okay, so the 5 in the front, yours, Lauren, and the 3 libraries are already done?
Yeah,
Okay,
those are all abated, and then they're working on the flooring now.
okay, and it's rug in the library ones, and we get tile,
Yeah, it's tile in the office space.
like leftover tile, not.
Yeah, we're gonna mismatch everything the district left and put it together.
Nice, nice.
No, it's tile. So that's moving forward.
Big thing would be the doors and the door controls and stuff.
Yep, so the door controls, Valley Communications is gonna be the one who does the door controls. We're able to go through the statewide contract that we needed to do for that. Herb's working with somebody for,
Do you think, I'm sorry, do you think the
between
door
library.
things will be done in time for our move?
yeah,
Okay,
the door between
no
the,
sourcing problems, okay.
nope, I don't think so.
Okay.
Initially, after Herb talked with Wendell about the door at the end of the center hallway, that's likely going to be a temporary wall to start. At the end of the center hallway, just past, if you go straight in, keep going back, it's probably going to be a temporary wall to just,
Oh, it's the one that's not there, you mean, at this point?
yes, now.
Okay, okay, all
So
right,
we have separation, especially on the weekends when
from parks and
we
stuff.
have kids in the back area, that kind of stuff. Valley was supposed to get started either today or tomorrow with that work. Herb's been doing painting. They're gonna start stripping the floors, re-waxing the floors,
Okay, did it work out,
sealing tiles, lights.
did it work out well with the temporary help with them?
He needs to file an employment application, and that's what I'm waiting for.
Okay,
So I let Herb know that last week. I have not received an application yet.
custodial?
I believe he was gonna meet with, have a discussion with council today. He was having a discussion today.
Okay,
Is the
I,
meeting almost over?
Yes,
Because somebody wanted to meet Brian.
Oh,
it's getting close, we're almost over.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm sorry, he's meeting with who? Oh, Kelso?
yeah, and then he was gonna reach out to 2 others to
I
get
just don't want any trouble.
quotes on,
Give her a cookie.
Let you talk.
quotes on
Cookie?
quotes.
Okay, all right. So in relation to your timeline
Yeah,
and seeing there's going to be action, or sorry, occupants of this building into December, you'll work that out with the current company that's cleaning this building.
we'll have to, that development was today.
Yeah,
So
so
we'll have to,
were they aware that there was going to be, they weren't going to need them after December?
I don't know what
Anybody actually talk to
conversation.
them?
I did not talk with them.
People here, because I mean, that's never come through her, because he never dealt with them.
Okay,
It was always our office.
yeah.
Fortunately, I don't think we're in a contract with them.
We are
just,
not on a
it's
contract.
just month by month.
It was a
Yeah,
month-to-month basis, so he was gonna have that conversation with them.
okay.
So we're still aiming for the week of November 10th to do the move. I think there'll be a period of time, probably about a week, where we're gonna have to be closed to the public. I think likewise, when the library is able to move, which maybe a week or two later, I think they're also likely gonna be probably closed for a week. My proposal would be to, I guess it would kind of be, not that I wanna go back to the pandemic era stuff, but it's do business with. through the
That's what I was gonna say,
email.
like we did with the COVID times, exactly,
We'll
sure,
have
worked fine.
employees responding to emails and phone calls and stuff like that. From remote locations, but Pioneer Moving set to go. I know there's a lot of questions that staff have, so we set up a meeting this Wednesday. Brian Clark from Pioneer Movers is gonna be here to talk about the moving process and the moving system, the moving, and the color-coded system and numbering system to make it easy.
When's the new sign coming?
I have to check with Mark.
Okay, for the entrance.
Yeah.
And you said before, you've got a ton of stuff to get rid of inside, and your thought was that you would put it on the lawn in front up by the street?
Yeah, on both sides of Wilbraham Road in front of the school.
Okay.
I mean, we own the right of way a little bit off the road on the Great Horse.
Oh, on the
side,
other,
so,
okay.
right, so I figured we move it over there. Probably the really broken stuff will move over there.
May I make a suggestion at
Just kidding.
At the town meeting, maybe we should have a handout notifying everyone that the town hall's gonna be closed from this time to this time because of the move and the library and that kind of stuff.
You know what, and if you could make the second side, if you get someone to do a nice drawing of what the office layout's gonna be on the other side,
Yeah,
so now you'll know where everything is. You're gonna need some signage inside too.
Yeah, so this gets to one of my other things I want to talk about, because I was in Long Meadow for the health director interviews on Friday. They had recently done I don't remember what the name of that school is. They had recently moved their town hall into a school by Greenwood Park.
yeah.
Greenwood Park.
Yeah.
They moved into the school there.
Oh, it's not the end of the.
No, it's in Connecticut now. It's right on the border.
That's convenient for everybody.
Yeah, there was some pushback, I guess. So they moved into that school building there. And it's interesting, they did a lot of the same things that we're looking to do. So I have a couple vendors for signage and things like that they used. But initially the idea is for us to get in there and see how it works and what we might have in place will likely need to be adjusted and stuff like that, so.
Look, you always said, I mean, it might not be impossible that you might move a couple offices later, but if the flow works out, they're gonna change.
Yeah, you don't know.
I will say, and you talk about the Long Meadow thing, and not to disparage other towns, but I can't imagine how difficult it is in East Long Meadow now with two town buildings. At the opposite ends, pretty much, of North Main Street, going through all that. But they were constrained.
Yeah.
What were they gonna do, buy Rockies, basically, and put it there? That would be about their only option.
Yeah.
Now they're talking about changing Shaker Road and Pleasant Street,
Go around
and taking them out of the rotary and teeing Shaker Road into Maple Street would make that tee with the traffic I see in front of my place at times incredible. You see the plan in front of the reminder? And they lose their status as the biggest rotary in the world.
So Friday, we had health director interviews. We had 4 really strong candidates. Based on the MOU, Long Meadows is the hiring town there. I think there were myself, Lynn Simmons, and Nick Broe from Wilbraham. I think we both had consensus of who we think Long Meadow should offer the position to. So hopefully they'll offer that by the end of this week.
All right, so we have a budget set for that department with, different, numbers for each community.
Yep.
You think it'll affect that? I mean, was there any talk of like the range you're offering for this person here, and if it's all of a sudden gonna reshape the budget?
We didn't talk costs.
Okay.
Yeah, I can ask Lynn that question.
Can maybe also get into, I know last year, for whatever reason, Don, it seemed like the number came out, actually it cost us nothing because he took care of something, but it's.
Yeah, they had a vacancy, I think, after Anthony left. They had a hard time filling that position.
Right.
So
It was even more than that, it was more than that.
Like $40,000.
40,000 wasn't used, the appropriated amount, we're like, okay, thank you. But, And you also mentioned before that we're coming up to, we need set time to talk about the dispatch,
We gotta,
right? We saw it
gotta
here
negotiate the
earlier, so,
dispatch.
changes in their operation. And also, we have requests from the time we talked to them about increase in security at the new building, possibly adding more of the municipal buildings to their security. We don't have a coverage at the senior center. We don't really have coverage we have an alarm system, but not like camera coverage. We have an alarm system at both locations, but no camera. So I think there's things we can, maybe it's after the first of the year. That might even be too long. I think after town meeting.
Yeah, because we gotta have the.
We gotta have a
budget
number,
we have a
right,
budget
yeah.
number.
So I think I'd put that down for our thoughts in November, start getting together with, and it's actually breaking Dan's, getting his feet wet right away as well. Yeah. And the update on that is,
So we're finally able to schedule the psych pre-employment exam for this week. I need to get him the contract proposal. I gotta make those final edits that I want to, then I'll send that out to him. I emailed him today and said I would get it to him tomorrow.
yeah, I think that's the big part. I mean, the guy's been serving for 20-plus years, and that was a nice award he got from East Long Meadow as well. So I'm not really thinking the exam is gonna turn out much.
Yeah.
So, but we gotta get him agreed to the terms of the contract and move forward here. At this point, we are saving a little money because I think Scott's number weekly is less than he was getting, but still, yeah. Maybe he can get those new guns they were talking about. They're still looking for those pistols,
Yeah, they're getting pistols or cars.
And then tax classification hearing?
yeah, so you were saying mid-November? Okay.
17th through the.
Yeah, we're thinking about maybe the 17th of November. And that would likely be the first meeting in the new place.
Wow.
Reality.
Right.
And I did talk to Brian about maybe we need to upgrade our technology a little bit for that camera. When I watch the meetings, the camera seems a little soft now. Although we could use, I think a soft camera is probably a good idea.
Look at me as a makeup person.
Huh. Tax classification,
Filters on the.
another tax classification. All right.
Get the Collins report out. What do you have?
What do you got for that? Thank you. We'll talk to, no, Mark wants to keep using the thing. It's a little work off one of his theater people should help us, right? Yeah, sure. With that being said, is there anything else to come before the board?
Motion to adjourn.
All in favor?
Aye.
I thank you all. Have a good week. Yeah, so as a quick thing,